YouTube, what's good? What's good? What's good? It's your boy Tizzy, and I'm back with another video. So yeah, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, please like the video, please join the family. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing a mid fade on my boy right here with a call spawn and with a crispy lineup. So yeah, let's go. As you can see, the first thing I'm doing is prepping the hair. We're using my comb, I'm using it to pick out the hair to make it neat and for a nice canvas, because without a nice canvas you can have a good job. Using my classic number 1 guard with the lever fully closed, I am creating my first guideline. He doesn't want a bald fade, he wants a shadow fade. But so I'm using my number 1 guard with the lever fully closed, creating that neat canvas and making sure it's nice and clean. In order to make sure that your first guideline is clean, you have to thoroughly go through it over and over with your number 1 guard lever fully closed. I'm going through doing it 2 or 3 times to make sure the first guideline is neat, so we can have a neat canvas to work on. So the next thing I wanted to do was to create a shape that the hair would look like. Just create a preliminary shape that I want the hair to look like, so I can begin to set in my blending and debunking. So what I did was, using my number 4 guard, I used it with the lever open to scoop out and therefore create the shape, the high top shape that I wanted on the hair. Then I'm combing it back, and then with the lever fully closed, I'm still creating that shape because I know the number 4 guard won't take too much of the hair, so I'm just debunking and scooping out to create that shape. So with my number 2 guard, I'm also going through the same process, but this time around I'm not setting it deep into the hair. I am just trying to scoop out the little hair close to the powder ridge to leave a certain space that I can work on and blend. So this time around with my number 2 guard, I'm still scooping out, but this time around it's taking much more of the hair, so I'm not setting it deep. I am just using it to scoop out the little hair between the first guideline and the powder ridge to make sure there is enough space for me to work on. As you can see, now I'm using my comb to lay the hair back in place. After using my number 2 guard, the comb can now pick the hair and lay it back to the normal pattern. So now I'm using my number 1.5 guard. This is it, my number 1.5 guard. It's not really the 1.5 guard, but I call it 1.5 guard because it's smaller than the number 2 guard and much more bigger than the number 1 guard. So I am using it also to debunk the hair. I'm going against the grain, I'm going with the grain with the lever fully open and with the lever fully closed to make sure I create that space between the first guideline and the powder ridge. So with my number 1 guard, I'm going with the grain this time around with the lever fully open, clearly laying the hair down and clearly debunking it. And after that, I'll take my lever fully closed with the number 1 guard, going with the grain still to bring it down to a certain level, swing that to a certain point. And as the video goes on, you see that the hair reduces to a certain level, to a certain extent. See, I'm doing this process repeatedly about 3 to 4 times, making sure the space there goes down to a certain length that I want it to go down to. Without this, it won't go down to the length I want it to go down to. So I'm doing it repeatedly and making sure it's neat. As I'm doing it, I'm combing it back and making sure that the hair is neat as possible. So my number one guard, the classic number one guard, and with the lever fully opened, I'm using it to break that line that I created initially with the lever fully closed. So I'm breaking the line, carefully debunking it, and making sure it is neat as possible, making sure there is this clean transition from what I've been doing down to the initial guideline that I created. As you can see what I'm doing, as I'm clearly debunking or breaking down the line, I am combing it back in place. You want to do this to have a neat work. Without combing the hair back in place, you are leaving it rough, and you won't even have an idea of what you are doing because you get confused. Whatever you are doing, whenever you are blending the hair, you have to make sure you lay the hair back to the original pattern. Whether you are using your comb or your brush, it is important you lay the hair back. So it's time for the freehand trim. As you can see, I told earlier, I said I used my number 4 guard to create this preliminary shape that I can actually envisage. Then now I'm using my clipper to actually freehand trim that the side of the hair, because it doesn't want to touch the top of the hair. So we're just using the clipper to trim the hair, and later on I will comb it out and check for other things and make sure I do my detailing. Detailing is an important aspect of every haircut that you do. You want to make sure you detail your work. As you can see, I've combed the hair back using my picking comb to lay the hair, and I'm detailing the hair because I've seen some errors or some things that I have not actually attended to. So I'm doing that to make sure the hair is neat as possible, and there is this transition from the hair to the to whatever blend that I've done. So I applied my mousse to his hair, and I will be using my coil sponge to roll the top of his hair. He wanted it to be curly a bit, and he doesn't want to trim any part of the top of the hair. So I'm just using my coil sponge to roll the hair. So I'm applying a little bit of the mousse on this hairline. This is to actually lay the hairline down and make sure it's neat as possible. So when I'm carving the hairline, I like to start from the center to the side, and I'm always using my powder to serve as a contrast between the hair and the skin to make sure the hairline is crispy enough. So right here I'm creating my vertical bar with whenever you want to do that, you want to incline your trimmer at an angle of 90 degree, and it might look weird because of the angle of the camera. I actually placed the camera up high, so it might look weird, but from the side you know that I actually inclined it at an angle of 90 degrees. And I'm mostly using my powder at this size because it has a light hair there, so just to make sure the hairline is visible enough. And as you can see, I'm making sure it's crispy as possible. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying this video so far. If you are enjoying this video, please, I would like you to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and please hit the notification bell on. Keep it on for post notification of any of my videos. So my client asked for an enhancement, so I'm using my hair fiber and I'm applying it to those light areas of his hairline to make sure it's neat as possible. I'm applying it everywhere, and then I'm going to go with my clip, with my trimmer, and I'm going to trace the hairline out, making sure it's crispy as possible. You're gonna see it, man. You're gonna see, like, it's gonna be neat and clean as possible. As you can see, the haircut is coming together clean and fire. He came in with his full hair and he was looking so rough after not cutting his hair for 9 months, man. 9 months, and I had to try my best to make sure the hair is clean as possible. As you can see, I'm tracing the hairline to make sure it's crispy as possible, making sure the hairline comes out very neat. Now we're carving the hairline at the back of his neck, and it's just a simple technique you follow. You don't want to go up too far, you just want to follow the natural line of the hair and just make sure it's neat as possible, clearing the hair and making sure it's neat as possible. Let's just watch. And as you can see, the back view, whoo, so damn fire, man. Like, just look at the back view, clean. I'm really glad to give him this fire haircut because he's been waiting 9 months for this haircut, man. He's been waiting for me to give him this haircut for 9 months, man. And I'm able to, like, I'm just glad I was able to give him this fire haircut. As you can see, it's clean. And if you're watching this video and you're not clear about anything, please feel free to type it in the comments down below. Please just let me know what you think about the haircut. Let me know what you think I should do more to make sure the haircut comes out way better. And if you have any question, and as you can see, man, my guy came out clean. You can see the hairline crispy, the blend's nice. I thank you for sticking with me, watching into this part of the video. Please, if you're new, please subscribe, please like the video, and please share. Thank you very much. It's your boy TZ. Peace and love. Stay dapper.